when you don't call. Don't say you're hurting without the scar.
You think you know the whole story of Fifth Harmony? But behind the dazzling music videos, the millions of views, and the deafening ovations, there was a darker side. Conflicts, scandals, and secrets they never wanted to share. Today, we'll tell you what was always hidden behind the curtains. Their story began in 2012 on the X Factor USA. 5 young girls, each stepping onto the stage alone, only to have fate bring them together into a group that would soon take the music world by storm. Charisma, energy, and what seemed like genuine friendship turned Fifth Harmony into a sensation. Their hits climbed the charts, their videos racked up hundreds of millions of views, and fans hailed them as the voice of a new generation. But behind the scenes, things were far from perfect. The industry turned their lives into a never-ending show, leaving no room for rest. Contracts, tours, endless rehearsals, all under pressures the public never even imagined. It all began with a dream. 5 young girls walked into the X Factor USA 2012, each hoping to become the next big star. But fate had other plans. The judges made a decision that would change their lives forever. They joined Ally, Normani, Lauren, Dinah, and Camila into one group. Thus, Fifth Harmony was born. From the very beginning, they seemed inseparable, so different in personality, in style, in their voices, yet that was the very secret of their magic. Their harmony rang out as one voice, and their energy on stage captivated millions. They didn't take first place, but that no longer mattered. That night, a sensation was born. The press wrote about them as if they were the new phenomenon of American pop music. Newspapers and online outlets compared Fifth Harmony to the Spice Girls and Destiny's Child, claiming these girls would become the new face of Generation Z. Headlines shouted, "5 ordinary girls who conquered America, and the formula for success is here, meet Fifth Harmony." Their debut single, Miss Movin' On, instantly became an anthem for teenagers, while their videos racked up millions of views within days. It seemed as though they had stormed into the music industry with a force the world hadn't seen in years. Everyone was watching them. Fans, journalists, producers. Their faces were on magazine covers, their posters on the bedroom walls of teenagers, their names on every radio station. To the public, it was a fairy tale, the story of how 5 strangers became a global phenomenon. But backstage, another story was already beginning. One no one suspected. Behind the bright stage lights lay a reality none of them were prepared for. The contracts they signed at the start left the girls with no room to breathe. To their label and management, Fifth Harmony wasn't just a band. They were a money-making machine, one that had to keep running without pause. Tours, music video shoots, endless interviews, all crammed into a schedule so strict there was no space left for a personal life. Success seemed limitless, but each member was already paying the price for fame. Tensions inside the group began to grow. Vocal parts were divided unevenly. Some members were given more lines and more attention, while others were left in the shadows. Fans noticed and began to comment online, pointing out that Camila was standing out more and more, while the rest seemed pushed aside. It was then that the first rumors of a fracture inside the group began to spread. The press fanned the flames. Journalists wrote about backstage conflicts, insisting Fifth Harmony was far from the perfect family it appeared to be, and that the tension was escalating day by day. Headlines spoke of drama, disputes, and a battle for leadership. To fans, it was sensational gossip, but to the girls themselves, it was a daily reality with no way out. And yet, despite the cracks, Fifth Harmony continued to sell out stadiums and release hits as if nothing were wrong. But behind the smiles on stage lay exhaustion, frustration, and a growing sense that in this game, someone was bound to lose. The breaking point was coming. By the fall of 2016, Rumors of tension inside Fifth Harmony had reached their peak. Fans noticed Camila appearing more and more on her own, solo collaborations with other artists, projects that didn't include Ally, Normani, Lauren, or Dinah. To many fans, it looked like betrayal. To the girls, it was a clear sign that the balance inside the group had shattered for good. And then, on December 18, 2016, the news dropped that shook the entire music world. An official statement on social media announced that Camila Cabello was leaving Fifth Harmony. The message was cold, almost transactional, as though it were a business deal and not the fracture of something millions of fans had believed in. But the real drama came immediately after. Camila insisted she had spoken to the girls directly, not left through management, as the group's statement claimed. The remaining members contradicted her, accusing her of double-dealing and of secretly preparing her solo career behind their backs. The press turned the conflict into a circus. Headlines screamed, "Fifth Harmony in shock. Camila quits for solo fame," and war of statements. Who's telling the truth? Fans were devastated. Only weeks earlier, they had seen 5 smiling girls on stage, promising their friendship was stronger than any fame. But the truth was different. Camila had chosen her own path, and that decision became the point of no return. Her departure wasn't just the loss of a voice, it was a symbolic rupture that shattered the myth of harmony. From that moment on, Fifth Harmony were a 4-piece, but to millions of fans, they were never the same again. After Camila's departure, Fifth Harmony tried to prove they could still remain at the top. In 2017, they returned as a 4-piece and released a self-titled album that was meant to symbolize their strength and independence. They smiled on stage, told interviewers they felt more united than ever, and worked hard to show the public they could move forward. But behind that facade of confidence, exhaustion was quietly growing stronger. The touring schedules remained merciless. Management continued to squeeze every ounce of energy from the girls, and fans could feel that something had changed. The chemistry, the mutual spark that once made them unstoppable, was slowly fading. Even during their high-profile MTV VMA performance, when a 5th girl fell dramatically off the stage, the message was clear. The conflict still lingered, and the wounds had not healed. The press speculated that Fifth Harmony were holding together only because of their contracts. Articles hinted at fresh cracks within the group, whispers of solo projects, and talks with labels. And then, in March 2018, the group officially announced an indefinite hiatus. But everyone understood this wasn't just a break, it was the end. For millions of fans around the world, it was devastating. The same girls who only a few years earlier had been the symbol of unity were now going their separate ways. Ally, Lauren, Dinah, and Normani each tried to carve out solo careers, but the magic of Fifth Harmony was already behind them. The end had been predictable, but when it finally came, it still felt like a thunderclap. Camila Cabello became the most polarizing figure in Fifth Harmony's story and the central heroine of their drama. Her exit in 2016 split the fan base in two: those who saw her as a traitor and those who believed it was the only way for her to fulfill her true potential. But no matter the debate, that decision turned Camila into one of the biggest pop stars of her generation. Just months after leaving, she released her debut solo album, and her single Havana exploded into an international phenomenon. The song topped charts in dozens of countries, played on every radio station, and millions of teenagers around the world sang along line by line. For the industry, it was a signal. Camila was not just a former girl group member. She was a new global sensation. The press hailed her as the new pop diva, compared her to Shakira and Selena Gomez, and magazines put her on their covers as the face of a new generation of artists. Camila collected awards, performed at the biggest ceremonies, and collaborated with top producers. She proved that her gamble on a solo career wasn't just bold, it was brilliant. But with the triumph came the darker side of fame. Tabloids feasted on her personal relationships, while former group fans flooded her social media with accusations, blaming her for destroying Fifth Harmony. Camila found herself under the scrutiny not only of the press, but also of millions of angry ex-fans who couldn't forgive her for walking away. Yet she endured, turning the scandal of her departure into the foundation of her own legend. Today, Camila Cabello is one of the most recognizable pop artists in the world. But her story is not only about triumph, it is also about the price she had to pay. Success made her an idol to millions, but at the same time, a symbol of betrayal for those who had dreamed that Fifth Harmony would last forever. Normani had always been seen as one of the brightest stars in Fifth Harmony. Her voice, charisma, and incredible dance talent made her stand out on stage, and fans were certain that once the group split, she would emerge as the next superstar. And in the beginning, it seemed they were right. In 2018, Normani released a collaboration with Sam Smith, Dancing with a Stranger, which instantly became an international hit and earned her worldwide recognition. Soon after, she unveiled her solo track, Motivation, hailed by critics as the perfect pop song of the decade. In the music video, Normani showcased everything fans adored about her: energy, strength, style, and charisma. At that moment, it seemed her future was set: arenas, world tours, and the crown of pop's next big icon. But then things began to unravel. Her label delayed releases, a full-length album was postponed again and again, and each new single arrived with frustrating delays. The media began to suggest the industry hadn't given Normani the support she deserved to truly shine. Fans took to social media, complaining that her career was being sabotaged by forces beyond her control. Despite it all, Normani kept pushing forward. She recorded new tracks, gave candid interviews about her struggles with pressure and disappointment, and remained a brand ambassador, collaborating with well-known artists. But the explosive breakout that everyone had expected never came. Today, Normani is regarded as one of the most underrated artists of her generation. She has the talent, the charisma, and a devoted fan base, but not the mass success many predicted for her since the days of Fifth Harmony. Her story isn't one of failure, but it isn't one of complete triumph either. It's the story of an artist still waiting for the moment when the world will finally hear her for who she truly is. Jauregui always stood out in Fifth Harmony for her tone and depth. Her voice was rich, soulful, and far removed from the typical pop sound, which made her unique in the eyes of fans. Many believe that after the group ended, Lauren would follow the path of an independent artist, creating music for those who valued sincerity over chart-topping formulas. After Fifth Harmony, Lauren did just that. She didn't chase instant fame. Instead, she focused on crafting intimate, personal songs. Her solo work felt raw and unfiltered, as though her diary had been set to music. Critics praised her honesty and artistry, but admitted that mainstream audiences weren't ready for it. Rather than stadium tours and massive chart hits, Lauren earned a smaller, niche audience who valued her authenticity. She wasn't afraid to address complex issues from mental health to politics, which gave her a powerful voice, but not always a commercial one. Labels didn't throw the same weight behind her projects as they did for Camila or even Normani, and that limited her reach. To her fans, Lauren became a symbol of independence, an artist who refused to sell out to the industry and stayed true to herself. But with that choice came the consequence. Her name appeared less often in major headlines, and her music was more of a hidden treasure than a mainstream hit. Today, Lauren Jauregui continues to release music, but her career resembles that of a painter creating for those willing to truly look rather than for a mass audience. Her story after Fifth Harmony is one of resilience, of fighting to be recognized not as 1/5 of a pop phenomenon, but as a singular voice, even if that voice echoes more quietly than the world once expected. Critics praised her honesty and artistry, but admitted that the mainstream wasn't ready for such a format. Instead of arena tours and chart dominance, Lauren found a niche audience that valued her authenticity. She wasn't afraid to address difficult subjects from mental health to politics, making her voice powerful, though not always commercially successful. Labels were reluctant to invest in her projects with the same energy they gave Camila or Normani, and that limited her opportunities. To her fans, Lauren became a symbol of independence, an artist who refused to bend to the mainstream and who never compromised herself for popularity. But with that came another reality. Her name appeared less often in the headlines, and her music remained more of a revelation for those who sought depth than for the wider audience. Today, Lauren Jauregui continues to release music, but her path resembles that of an artist painting for those willing to truly listen and feel, not for those waiting for the next top 10 hit. Her story after Fifth Harmony is one of fighting for individuality, of demanding to be heard not as part of a group, but as a singular voice, even if that voice is quieter than millions once expected. Ally Brooke, within Fifth Harmony, was always seen as the big sister of the group, kind, radiant, and sincere. She was rarely at the center of scandal, and that gave her the image of the sunny member who held the balance in the band. But after the split, Ally faced her hardest challenge yet, proving that her name could stand on its own. Her first steps as a solo artist were cautious. Ally released several singles that fans welcomed warmly, but they didn't become global hits. Unlike Camila and Normani, her songs didn't climb the charts, and it seemed the industry wasn't ready to give her the same stage. That's when Ally chose a different path. In 2019, she joined Dancing with the Stars, and to the surprise of many, she shone. Millions of viewers saw not just a singer, but a strong woman able to overcome fear and self-doubt. Her kindness and authenticity made her one of the audience's favorites, and the show gave her a chance to reclaim the spotlight and remind the world of her presence. Musically, Ally kept experimenting, trying different styles and genres. Her songs reflected her warmth and sincerity, though they never reached the level of success achieved by her former bandmates. To many, Ally became proof that not every member of a group needs to become a global superstar. Sometimes it's enough to stay true to yourself and create what brings joy. Today, Ally Brooke continues her career as both a singer and television personality. She works on new projects and remains beloved by fans who admire her honesty and openness. Her story after Fifth Harmony is not one of overwhelming success, but of preserving individuality and earning respect, even when the world of show business expects something else. Dinah Jane was the youngest member of Fifth Harmony, and many considered her the group's dark horse. Her powerful voice stood out, and her charisma promised a bright future. Fans believed she would one day surprise the world and blossom in ways the group's rigid structure never allowed. After the split, Dinah finally had her chance to prove she was capable of more. Her solo career began with ambitious plans. In 2019, she released her debut project, Dinah Jane 1, showcasing her independence and unique style. Her music blended R&B, pop, and even touches of soul, with a voice that revealed her full power and range. But despite positive fan reception, the album lacked broad industry support. Radio stations didn't play her songs often, her videos didn't reach the millions, and Dinah remained in the shadows of her more successful peers. Journalists noted that Dinah lacked the strong management and label backing needed to elevate her career. She kept returning with new singles and collaborations, but none became true hits. Slowly, her name appeared less frequently in headlines, though her loyal fans continued to support her, believing her star moment was still to come. For many, Dinah Jane's story is one of unfulfilled potential. She had the voice, the charisma, and a devoted fan base. But the system that created the Fifth Harmony phenomenon failed to give her the same opportunities as a solo artist. Today, Dinah continues to make music, perform, and search for her place in the industry. But her journey has been far more difficult and uncertain than fans once imagined. The story of Fifth Harmony is one of fame that rose rapidly and collapsed just as quickly. 5 girls, brought together by chance on The X Factor, became a global sensation, the voice of a generation, and the symbol of a dream shared by millions. But behind the lights was another truth: industry pressure, internal conflicts, battles for leadership, and the heavy price each of them was forced to pay. Camila Cabello left first, becoming an international superstar and proving her ambitions were not in vain. Normani launched brilliantly, but was slowed by an industry that never fully backed her. Jauregui chose honesty and depth, but paid for it with the loss of mainstream success. Ally Brooke showed that artistry isn't always about arenas and millions of views, but about staying true to yourself and inspiring those who believe in you. Dinah Jane never fully realized her potential, caught in the trap of underappreciated talent. Their paths diverged. But this is the untold truth. Fifth Harmony was not only a story of friendship and music, but a story of how the industry commodifies young women, extracting everything from them, then leaving each one to fight for her future alone. Today, Fifth Harmony is already a legend. For some, they will forever remain a symbol of youth. For others, an example of how show business can destroy even the brightest of dreams. But one thing is clear: theirs is not just the story of a group, but the story of the price of fame, a price they never wanted the public to see. And in the end, there is one truth to take away: fame is not only applause and bright lights, it is a trial that few can endure without scars. Fifth Harmony's journey revealed that behind the smiles on stage lay exhaustion, doubt, and sacrifice. Their music inspired millions, but behind each hit stood sleepless nights and heavy costs. Each of them walked her own path. Some soared to the top, others are still searching, and some simply learned how to live as themselves, without pressure or expectations. But all of them proved one thing: a person is always more than the image the industry creates. And perhaps that is the real lesson. Groups rise and fall, music evolves, stars flare and fade, but memories remain. Fifth Harmony became part of an entire generation's life, and that can never be erased. If there is a message in their story, it is this: true harmony is not what you see on stage. True harmony is finding your own voice and staying true to it, even when the world expects you to be someone else.